Hello, teachers! Yay, we're live here on YouTube too. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Hey, teachers. How are you doing today? We're live here on Instagram and also here on YouTube. Yay, that's awesome. How is everyone doing? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Good morning. Welcome to this live for questions and answers. Hello, Danielle, Aline, Carla. Hello, Ariel. How's everyone? Q&A for teachers. Let me write the titles and I want to see your questions today. Oh my goodness, this weekend I opened, cool. I opened a question box for teachers here on Instagram asking about lesson planning, about creating classes, and oh my goodness, there were so many questions. So many questions. It's really an issue, right? It's really a difficulty. We could get many questions together. Hello, Eva from Rio Grande do Norte. That's very cool. Hello, people here on YouTube. Guys, we're on both. If you want to check, I'm on YouTube as well, right? Simultaneously. Hello, Ricardo, Celeste. Nice, guys. Very nice, very nice. Awesome. And based on this question box we opened here on Instagram the other day, we could see that yes, planning a class, maximizing or optimizing the time you spend planning a class is a big deal for teachers. Oh my goodness, we got some teachers saying that they use a lot of time. They don't know where to find material. They don't know how to adapt classes to the skills. Like, should I teach all the skills? How do I balance skills? And how do I find things? Like, adapting things for all of the students is an issue as well. So thanks for sending your questions, because they help us find what we are going to develop and create to help you guys. So every time you answer, every time you interact, every time you send the things you need to us, you help us find things that are relevant for you. And that's the whole idea of BT, of Best Teacher Ever, our program here, this profile you follow, right? So thank you so much for participating. And for this live today, I would like to invite you all, teachers, to send your questions to the question box here. I already saw one that's sent here. So send your questions. This is your chance to have your mentor here answering all your questions online live, so you can start acting and solving your problems, so you don't worry about things anymore. It's like, oh my God, I have this. Hello, Karin. Hi, Laura. Hi, Rafa. So you don't worry. And it's Monday, guys. Why did I choose this session here to be on Monday? So you can start the week on, like, with the right foot, right? Just like, okay, I'm going to start the week doing the right thing. I'm not going to have that problem anymore. That's not going to be an issue for me. And I'll start my day and my week with the best tone I can. All right. So hello, hello. Let me see. Please send your questions. Please, please, please. Let me see some. Oh my God. Look. All right. First question, guys. Please send the questions to the question mark you have here. Let's say bubble speech with the question mark so I can see your questions. All right. Just like Lucas did here. What's the first step to attract more students? That's a very good question. And I would like to say, if I had to choose one step, it's not the first, but if I had to choose one step, first is for you to decide which students you want to attract. And that question is connected to a question that many teachers sent to the question box I shared on Friday or Saturday, can't remember, that is like, I spend too much time planning classes that are adapted and customized to each student. Yeah, why do you have students from different niches? Why do you have so many different students? Why haven't you decided the kind of students you want to have? So answering Lucas's question here, what's the first step to attract more students? to define which student you want, like who are the students you want to have, which niche are you going to serve. Guys, send your questions to the question mark box. I see that many people are sending in the comments. Don't send it in the comments because many people are going to say many things. Send it here next to the comments where you can write the comments. On the right you have a question mark. Send your questions there, please. All right, so I can answer. Okay, so guys, first step, in my opinion, to find and decide what kind of student you want to attract. That is going to change the way you see yourself online, how the way people see you online, and you are going to start attracting, hello Angelica, attracting people that are your target, your ideal clients. How do you do that? You have to think to yourself and decide, okay, what students do I really like to teach? You know, with which group of students am I my best? Because I know that many teachers will say, oh, but I like teaching everyone. I like teaching adults and kids and beginners and advanced. It's like, okay, but here we're talking about developing your business, developing yourself as an independent teacher online. All right. So it's not about, oh, I like chocolate, but I like strawberries too. No, you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice, even if that difference is very, very subtle. Oh, I like these guys a little bit more. I can deliver better classes when I'm teaching these guys here. All right. So you have to make it clear for yourself and make a choice. That way, just by changing that in your mind, you're going to start posting and talking and finding things that are relevant to that kind of audience, to that kind of niche, to that kind of student. That way, you will start attracting more students. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Right, Celeste sent a question. Nice, Celeste, you're here and on YouTube. I like it. Yay. What do you usually do when you have a group and someone in this group leaves? How do you substitute someone in this vacancy place? Do you do that? Oh, yes, immediately. If I have a waiting list, like many teachers with BTE have, right? Many teachers in our mentoring program have a waiting list. They have all their schedule full, all their groups full, so they have a waiting list. When somebody leaves a group, you just put somebody else in the group. Do like this placement conversation, like decided the level that the student is, and just substitute. Everyone who's in the group with you, right? Everyone who's in the group knows that that's a group with, let's say, 6 people. If you have six people and one leaves, they know that soon you're going to have another one, so it's not a problem. And yes, just have another person there right as soon as you can, so you don't lose so much money, right? Luciani, hi Luciani, you're always here and I love it. I love that you're always here with us. Por que não postar dicas e conteúdos de inglês no Instagram? E devemos postar stories todos os dias? Quantos? Lu, first, I would like to, I'm pretty sure you are with Show Up, right? With the course, our course, Insta for Teachers. Por que não postar dicas e conteúdos de inglês no Instagram? Porque você não usa o Instagram para dar aula. O Instagram não é a sua ferramenta para dar aula de inglês. No Instagram, você vai se mostrar para os seus clientes vendendo o que eles querem. E ninguém quer comprar a desgraça da diferença de Simple Past e Present Perfect. Ninguém quer comprar a diferença de TH when it's voiced and when it's unvoiced. Você pode colocar dicas e conteúdos de inglês uma vez por semana, 2 vezes por semana, according to the audience you have, right? Luciane tá no upgrade. Luciane tem que entrar no Show Up, que é o Insta for Teachers. Ó, presta atenção. Todas essas suas dúvidas estão lá no curso que é de Instagram para professores. Totalmente desenhado para isso. Então, olha só, por que não? Porque se você ficar postando só conteúdo de inglês, English tip, pronunciation tip, vocabulary tip, grammar tip, it's like, okay, like everything you post like that is on YouTube for free. I don't know who you are. I don't know how you teach. I don't know the problems you solve. I don't know the audience you have. I just know that, yeah, Luciani knows English. Sometimes she learns, hello, Ricky. Sometimes Luciani helps me with some vocabulary that might have something to do with my life. So going back to the previous question I just answered here, guys, when you know your niche, when you know your audience, when you know your ideal client, you even know the kind of tip you're going to post. You even know the kind of English content you're going to share. Because it's very different to have an audience that is adults who are beginners, for example. Which content, which tips are you going to share when you do it once or twice a week? Right? You're not going to talk about very complex things. You're going to talk about simple things because you want to attract these people. You want to show your audience that just with that little story, just with that little video, just with that post or carousel, they could understand something. Like, olha, não é tão difícil assim. Essa teacher explica de um jeito tão fácil, né? But that's not the only thing that is going to make that student fall in love with you. You have to show your pretty face, baby. Right? So that goes for your second question. Devemos postar stories todos os dias? Sim, yes. Quantos? 10, 20, 30. Right? Not all at once. Program plan to do like some in the morning, some in the afternoon, some at least 10 a day, at least 15 a day. Right? Guys, start with what you have, but do it. So think of your audience. They have to know you. They have to know the kind of life you have. They have to know your style. They have to trust you. You're building a relationship with your clients, with your future students. They have to see in this world of English teachers. Oh my God, there's so many English teachers out there. Why do I want Emilia to be my student? Why do I want Carini to be my student? Why do I want Augusto Cesar Delacqua to be my teacher? So they have to see something in you, and it's not your English tip that is going to make them make that decision. It's showing your face. And stories, they engage a lot. So yes, stories every day, at least 10, 15, right? And the English tips once or twice a week, like talking in the context of your ideal clients. So, right, that's how you plan. This is how you make these things work. All right. And André here on YouTube said, which material do you like to use during your classes? André, everything that is online. Everything that is online. I like videos from YouTube. I like Netflix. I like music. I like TED Talks. I like articles. I like podcasts. I like magazines online. I really like reading magazines online. Books on Kindle. Things that I create, these are the things that I use. I use the real world to teach my students. And that is something, Andre and everybody who's watching us here. The masterclass we're going to have tomorrow, 9 p.m., is about planning classes, is about teaching, is about this kind of question that Andre just shared here. What kind of materials do you like to use? You don't have to be dependent. You don't have to depend on books to teach. Books are awesome. You can use them. There are many good ones, but that is not all. What I see many times is teachers that are locked. They're just like, oh my God, what book should I use? No, don't choose a book, right? Use books if you want to, just to start, or because you like one book and you decided that that book is the best one you can use for that kind of student you have. But even the things you're going to use to complement have to have a meaning. It's not just, okay, so I'm going to use a movie and a song and an extra grammar exercise. Grande merda. You're just putting more things in this salad that means nothing to your students. And I see, guys, many years here, okay? Many years as an English teacher, many years as a teacher mentor, many years as a teacher trainer. I've seen many teachers that they use a book, they use a very cool book, and then, today we have a song, and the song has nothing to do with what they're teaching, nothing to do with the students they have. All right? BT was the best investment I've made this year. Yay, Camila! Woohoo! That's it. That's it. How do I subscribe to BT? Is it possible for this year? Tanya, we reopened registrations last Friday. Mulher. Do you have our support number? I don't know if we got all the spots we reopened last Friday, right? If we do, then you have to do it today. Send a message to our support number, All right. If somebody from our team is here, they can share the number with you, and then you can see if it's still possible, right? I can't answer now because I haven't seen the new registrations. We reopened last Friday, teachers, queridos, do meu coração, because many teachers were sending messages like this. So if you got an email, right? Tanya, send a message. I don't know if Ariel is here or Nuara. I know Faye's not because she's in a meeting. But send me a message on the DM so I can send you the support number. Okay? Right. Very good. Very good. Let me see. I love your questions, guys. Today, monte de question boa. Lu, no BT também fala sobre Instagram para teachers? Também, a gente tem one class that I prepared, two master classes that Nuara prepared, right? We do, but the course we created that is called Show Up Insta for Teachers is a much deeper course about Instagram only. All right. So it's two different things. With BTE, of course, you're going to learn how to start in the relevance Instagram has for you. And Nuara who created the course Insta for Teachers with us, she is one of the mentors of BTE. So she prepared two master classes about it, and we have the content. But the course we created just for Instagram is much deeper. It takes you step by step how to make stories, how to do lives, how to record reels, how to write your bio, how to start a profile, what profiles should you use, what to post. You have templates. It's a much deeper and more complete thing. BTE is a mentoring program to develop your business. Instagram is one of the things we do. Okay, so we created, because Instagram is such an important tool, we created an entire course just for that. Okay, so the two together, amazing, amazing. Hello, Fátima. Quando vai abrir BT novamente? I just answered right there, right? A gente fechou, que dia que foi? Fim de novembro. A gente fechou as inscrições do último grupo desse ano. O que aconteceu? Um monte de teacher mandou pergunta. Ai, Camila, eu preciso entrar esse ano, pelo amor de Deus, abre uma vaga para mim, porque esse ano, porque preciso. Um monte de gente mandou esse tipo de mensagem. O que a gente fez? Quinta da semana passada, sexta? Não lembro agora, gente. Foi quinta ou foi sexta semana passada. A gente combinou, sentei com a minha equipe, a gente falou, bom, então vamos abrir mais algumas vagas para essa turma, para essa última turma. Vamos ver o tanto que a gente consegue dar aquela esticada para pegar esse povo esse ano ainda, porque muita gente ainda precisou. E a gente mandou um e-mail. Se você está no nosso cadastro, você deve ter recebido esse e-mail. Tá? Vai lá no seu spam, coloca para a caixa principal, tá lá. A gente abriu algumas vagas a mais para esse ano ainda, ok? Então, se você quer entrar esse ano, aí, ó, thank you, Gabi. Gabi, thank you so much, Gabi, ó, a Gabi tá na turma 1 da BT. Gabi, minha early adopter. Thank you, Gabi. Manda um e-mail pro pessoal da BTI para ver se essas vagas que a gente reabriu já lotaram ou não. Tá bom? Eu não sei te dizer, porque eu fiquei o fim de semana inteiro em curso, eu não olhei nada disso. Eu não consigo te responder agora. Ok? That's it. And then Celeste saying, and then how do you make this new student catch up with the group? Celeste, so it's related to that question you said, when a student leaves a group, right? First, if you have all your classes recorded, Gabi, thank you. Okay. So Gabi just sent the right number here. Gabi, beijo no coração. Thank you so much, amor. Guys, so yeah. So when you have a group going on, if you already watched the Step Up Challenge, quem assiste o Step Up Challenge já tá anos-luz na frente, né? If you recorded all the classes you teach, if you recorded the classes you teach with the group, you can send some of the recordings to that student to catch up. But of course, if it's a group that started in the beginning of the year, they were beginners in January, and now you have a spot open for this new student, you're not going to put a zero beginner in the same group. You have to put someone, you have to substitute by someone who somehow has some English to join this group. So you have to talk to this person, right? And analyze if they're able to join the group. It's not just anyone, right? So yes, you can have a conversation. There are some tests online that you can see the person's level. And if the person, like the group is here, the person is right here, send them some recordings and say, Fulano, you can join the group, but you have to watch these 5 classes, right? To be here. For sure. All right. Lessons recorded are the answer. Celeste, for when students miss a class, for instead of the aula experimental, que eu quero matar o povo que fala, ai, fica oferecendo aula experimental, manda a gravação pro povo, gente. Pronto. Acabou a conversa, não gasta seu tempo. You know? So, and also, when a student is kind of in that level, but you see that that person still needs to learn that one thing that your students already mastered, then you send the recordings. Fechou? Lindo. All right, guys. Hello, Leandro. Treina professores para a escola pública também? Leandro, deixa eu te explicar a diferença das coisas que a gente faz aqui, tá? Hoje, a gente tem vários produtos, vários cursos dentro da BTE. BTE, Best Teacher Ever Mentoring Program, para desenvolver o seu negócio, para você estruturar o seu business de dar aula de inglês online. Se você trabalha numa escola pública e quer começar a dar aula de forma independente, BTE is for you, tá? Seguindo da escola pública ou saindo, eu não sei o que você vai querer fazer da tua vida, mas eu te ajudo a ganhar dinheiro, a estruturar o seu curso, a sua escola, as suas aulas. Isso é BTE Best Teacher Ever. Upgrade English for English Teachers é um curso de inglês para professor de inglês. Como assim, Camila? Pois é, tem um monte de professor de inglês que o inglês não é tão bom, né? Ou que precisa melhorar o inglês que já é bom. Upgrade English for English Teachers é um curso de inglês para professor de inglês. Claro que no Upgrade você vai acabar usando coisas com os seus alunos, você vai implementar, tem um pouquinho disso que você pode usar, beleza? Show Up Instagram for Teachers é um curso de Instagram para professores. Cara, beleza, eu já estou desenvolvendo meu negócio, entendi que o Instagram é a mina de ouro, só que eu não sei usar esse negócio. Preciso de ajuda. Show Up Insta for Teachers, ok? E amanhã à noite, Leandro, anota aí para você chamar todos os seus amigos. Amanhã à noite, tomorrow, Tuesday, December 8th, 9 p.m. no YouTube, para quem está assistindo o YouTube aqui, a gente vai fazer uma masterclass. E a gente, porque não sou só eu, ok? A gente vai fazer uma masterclass sobre teaching, class planning, sobre treinamento de professores, planejamento de aula, como estruturar a sua aula, o que a sua aula tem que ter. Que é uma outra coisa que é importante também para o seu negócio, para o seu desenvolvimento, para tudo. Então, quem é professor de escola pública? Of course. Of course. Alright? Deixa eu ver. Gente, manda as perguntas aqui para a caixinha, ok? Ah, legal. Ó, Bia, respondi. Is there any other course on BTE or only Upgrade? Tem o Show Up. BTE para o seu negócio, Upgrade para o seu inglês, Show Up para o seu Instagram. Ok? E amanhã à noite, Masterclass, para você aprender a planejar a aula, o que tem na tua aula, para você entender um pouco mais a estrutura de planejamento e teaching. Teaching methodologies, que muita gente pergunta, que metodologia você usa? Masterclass amanhã à noite for free, aqui no YouTube. Alright? Ok. Let me see. Hello, Rafa. Is there going to be a lesson planning course? Yes, very soon. Okay, but I recommend going to our masterclass tomorrow, Rafa, for you to know better, okay, what you can do, the 4 main things you have to consider when you're planning a class, planning a course, right? Because many teachers send us messages saying, como é que eu planejo a aula? Eu passo muito tempo planejando aula, eu não sei o que fazer para os meus alunos, blá, 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 blá. So, masterclass tomorrow, ok? Let me see. Se a pessoa chegou até você, aí você... Eu odeio aula experimental. Celeste, já passou da minha vida muitos anos aula experimental. Lessons recorded are the answer. Se a pessoa chegou até você, aí você quem manda. Total, Celeste, coração para Celeste. Totalmente Teacher BTE. Amei. I'm in Upgrade, but I haven't started yet, because I'm full with the end of the year. Lucimar, Upgrade tem 1 ano, 12 months access. right? You have 12 months to do the course. So if you got upgrade now and you can't start, okay, start in January. It's no problem. You have 12 months to do it. 12 months to do it. Ah, I just bought Show Up, Insta for Teachers. Não dá tempo para começar agora. It's a 1-year course. You can start in January. Guys, no excuses. No excuses, right? Whenever you have an excuse, ask yourself, como é que eu vou me virar com essa excuse que eu criei aqui? Dá um jeito de quebrar, porque, gente, tudo que você precisa tá aqui. Tudo que você precisa tá aqui. Ah, mas eu não tenho tempo. I have 24 hours in my day, so do you. Make it happen, right? Adri saying upgrade is just amazing. Adri, and we have a masterclass next week, right? And next week, teacher Daniel Martini, oh my God, you're gonna fall in love. Camila, comecei a usar o Canva. Gente, estou apoiando. Fátima, tamo junto. Comecei assim também. Hoje eu domino. Right? Do you talk about like how much you should charge for a class, or is that too regional? Reviloana. We talk about it in the BTE, right? And also in the Step Up Challenge. I don't know if you participated, if you were there, right? But it doesn't depend on where you live, because if you work online, you can teach people from the entire world. So your price has to come from how much money you want to make, right? And the value of what you do. I want to take upgrade soon. Gabi, join us. Join us. We'll love to have you there. Let me see. Books are helpful because they give a schedule of content. How can I organize the order of contents I give to my students using only online contents? Esther, you can use it. You can use a book to decide how you are going to organize it, okay? And I'm going to say something that Ariel is one of the teachers and mentors from BTE, that she said yesterday in her live. I don't know if you were there watching her. There is no book in this world that is going to be perfect for your students, right? We're not saying books are bad, but there is no book that is complete, that has exactly what your students need, right? In the order that they need. There's always going to be a unit or something that is, you know? So using a book is okay, as long as you know how you're going to use that book. Once you learn what your students need, how students learn, how you can find things to do, you can, Esther, start creating your own syllabus. Remember, beginning of the live today, guys, beginning of the live today, you know the niche you teach, you know your ideal clients. So you're not going to do it for each student. You're going to have kind of a structure that applies to most of your clients. Aha, right? You don't have to create everything before you start working. You have your first students, your first group, and you start saving the classes you planned. And with time, as you work, you develop your own course material. That's how you do it, right? If you are going to use a book, I chose to use the Four Corners from Cambridge. Fine, right? But how are you going to adapt the other things? What are you going to use to adapt? Because books, they do bring a structure. They bring a standard structure. And we know that people don't all fit in a box, right? And I remember something. I remember that, look, there was this book, and it was the book I used to use in the last school I worked for. And it's a very cool book, a very good book, Four Corners from Cambridge University Press. Cool. Book 3, if I'm not mistaken, was for intermediate already. And there was a lesson, an entire unit about fashion. And I remember once I had a group of male adults who didn't give up for fashion. And I had to teach the entire unit because it was part of the book. It was horrible. Like, we made fun of it because we talked about the things we used to wear. So the thing is like, remember when we were teenagers, remember the 80s, remember the 90s, remember this band, they used to wear this, they used to wear that. But that was all I could do to make that unit be somewhat interesting to male adults who are business people. They were like, really? Are we going to spend this whole month talking about fashion, about something that is glamorous, something that is like, and I had to do it because I was in the school and they were going to have it in the test. So using a book when you are an independent teacher has to serve you and not you to serve the book. That's the point. Okay, were I using that book teaching independently, I would have skipped that unit. But then you ask your students to buy the book, and then they see that you're skipping 8 pages, and they're like, ué, tô pagando para usar o livro e a professora tá pulando folha? Aí, amor, você criou um problema maior ainda. So, I think that, okay, if you're still not confident, if you still need to base your structure somewhere, fine, use a book. But know that you're going to need to create other things and to make that book become something that is relevant for your students. Okay? Let me see here. Is Show Up inside BT? No, Lucimara. Show Up is a different course that you buy separately. But let me tell you once, guys, because I saw many people asking. Once you join BTE, Best Teacher Ever, the mentoring program, you have special discounts for all the other courses and events we have. Not the other way around. If you buy Show Up, you don't have a discount for BT. Why? Because BT is our premium thing. It's a mentoring program that has people there for you every day. It's different. The investment's higher because you have me and you have the other mentors all there for you every day. So when you join this one, then you have discounts for the others, not the other way around. And this is something that you have to think for your classes and your products. Nobody who just bought this from you is going to have a super discount like that. It doesn't make sense financially. So no, you are not going to do that. Okay? But once you join the big group, BT, then yes, you're always going to have discounts. You're always going to have preference. You're always going to be offered first. You're always going to be included. You're always going to have bonuses, right? So that is how it works, and that's how your classes have to work. Whenever you have a student who pays you VIP prices for your class, the class just with you, this person can have benefits for the other things you do, not the other way around. Okay? Let me see. More questions here. Our Show Up and the planned lesson course you said inside BT, no, Lou, they're separate things. Okay, so Show Up is a different one, and the masterclass we're going to have tomorrow at 9 p.m. on YouTube here. Register with the link in our bio so you can receive the link. Okay, is about planning classes. They are not part of BT. BT has an entire module called How to Deliver Amazing Classes. And it's the part I'm going to present tomorrow. Okay? And with a different perspective, thinking about lesson planning, not about your business, but lesson planning, right? That takes your teaching, takes your courses, takes your classes to a whole different level. You're not going to be a teacherzinho. You're not going to be like your students' lives and your classes are going to go to a whole new level, a whole new world. Okay? So this is how you become the best teacher ever. This is how you become a pro. Okay? So Best Teacher Ever is a mentoring program that is 6 months. 6 months that you are there with me and a group of teachers, of mentors, to help you develop your business. That you're going to triple your income, make 10 times more than you used to make at least 10,000 reais a month within the next 6 months or a year. BT is to develop your business. It involves Instagram. It involves planning classes. It involves your English, but it doesn't go deep into any of these things. It involves everything that is important for you. You're going to learn about organizing your schedule, presenting yourself, making your business be sustainable, right? How you can have the talk that I saw somebody mention here to get new students, how to attract students, how to keep them, This is about developing your business. I like to say that BTE é para fazer você ser um professor rico, right? Upgrade é para que você seja um professor foda no inglês, que o inglês seja excelente. Upgrade é para isso, ok? Show Up, Insta for Teachers, é para o seu Instagram começar a botar dinheiro no seu bolso. Para você usar essa ferramenta aqui para ganhar dinheiro como professor. Essa ferramenta, uma coisa para isso, ok? That's the difference. Let me see. Eu preciso de ajuda, pois meu listening tá péssimo. E preciso para ontem ajuda, pois fiquei um tempo sem trabalhar com inglês. Você teria alguma dica? Tati, listening, so many. Listen to a podcast. And if you're a teacher, get upgrade. Right? If you're a teacher, get upgrade. But listening, I love podcasts. They are my best friends nowadays. Choose a podcast in English you like and listen to it every day. That's a great tip. Okay? How long does BTE take? 6 months, right? All the others, guys, they are 1 year. But BTE, because you have these people, you have me, you have live sessions, and you have to develop your business, it's 6 months, right? Because it's a mentoring program. It's not a course, it's a mentoring program. So it's 6 months. The rest is 12 months. Okay? Right. Good question. Como saber precificar a aula? Bru. Alright, Bru. First, muda o seu nome. Não põe Bru 20, que ninguém compra de Bru 20, tá? Já dica de presente para você aí. Coloca um nome legal para chamar as pessoas. Como precificar a sua aula? Você vai definir a sua aula, Bruna, assim. First, you have to say how much you cost per month. You. How much does Bruna, and I think your name is Bruna, right? How much do you cost per month? Your rent, electricity bill, water, food, everything. What is your basics? What are your basic expenses, right? Okay. How much do you need? So let's say it's 3,000. Okay. How much do you need to save every month so that if your students cancel, if something else happens, then you're building your security savings. How much are you going to do per month? Oh, I need extra 500 for these savings, right? Or an extra 1,000. And how much do you need to reinvest for your business, for the courses you're going to take, for all of these things that Camila keeps inventing here, right? So you need to think of all of that. So your basic expenses, your savings, and your investments. So let's say that all of that translates into 5,000 reais a month. You need that to have a good life, right? As a first step, okay, guys, very super basic calculation here for everyone. So if you need 5,000 a month, you know, now you think of how many hours a week or a month you're going to teach. How many students can you have? Are you going to work just one-on-one or groups? Right? So let's say that you're going to teach in class. You're not thinking of planning. You're not thinking of posting. You're not thinking of everything else. I can teach, let's say, 20 hours a week. So that means, roughly speaking, 80 hours a month. 5.000 dividido por 80 é o preço da sua hora-aula. Nossa, que vai ficar super barato. Pois é, aumenta, ganha mais, fica mais feliz. Ok? This is how you think of your price. It's not a média do mercado. Like the média do mercado, guys, it's just for you not to charge, I don't know, 1,000 reais an hour, you know, for a private class that probably no one's going to buy, you know, for that. But your price comes from how much you need, how much you offer, your value. If it's a one-on-one class, if it's a group, if you add things to your students, if you offer much more. This is how you think of your prices. Right? It's not like, ai, na minha cidade, todo mundo cobra 50 reais. A sua cidade. You're teaching online. You're teaching online. You can teach anyone. If you live in the world, you can have students from bigger cities that have more money to pay you. It's not based on how much people are charging. That's the second thing you're going to see. It's based on how much you need. Right? So you have to calculate. You have to think of how much you need per month. Ok, se paga primeiro, guarda uma parte, tem que ter dinheiro para investir todo mês. And then many teachers ask me about stability. How can I achieve stability? When you have savings. When you have CDB, Tesouro Direto, when you have investments that whenever something happens, you can have this money that is saved and you have stability. You build this stability. The stability doesn't happen from one month to the other. You have to have, for example, if you're for you to pay yourself, right? To pay your main bills is 5,000 a month, you need 60,000 a year. You have to have 60,000 reais saved in the bank. Not in the bank, na corretora. You're going to learn that too with PT, right? So that you know that for 1 year, se der uma merda geral, for 12 months, you have money to survive. Bonita, right? This is what stability is like for entrepreneurs, for business people. And that's something that teachers never had to think about because they always just depended on the salary that the school paid. They always thought of seguro-desemprego. They always like, eu preciso do seguro. It's like, it's all like so limited. When you work independently, your pricing, and thank you so much for your question, Bruna. Your pricing comes with all of that in your mind. You know, and the more money you make, the more you can save, the more stability you can have. Isn't that beautiful? So with this calculation, if you can see that, opa, posso cobrar mais e guardar mais, a tua estabilidade vem mais rápido. That's how it works. All right? That's how it works. Let me see. Ixi, many questions, guys. Let me see. We need to learn how to handle our money. Nana, there are 2 classes about finances with BT. No, 3, because I prepared 1 or 2. 1 class about pricing, 1 class about how to organize your finances, 1 master class with a specialist, and another one with another specialist, because yes, it's a big deal, right? Cool, Bru. Dar aula para jovens e adultos é nicho muito amplo, Maísa. Jovens, what is jovens for you? Jovens teenagers? Yes, if you're thinking of jovens teenagers, right, because the things that interest teenagers are very different from the things that interest adults. But if you think of jovens like 20-year-olds, you know, like then up, then okay, because 20-year-olds can be considered adults. However, let me tell you one more thing, guys. Adults who are 21, 25, and adults who are 60, very different things, right? Probably the posts you're going to make, the videos you're going to make, the things you're going to talk about are going to be very different. So have your niche very well established. Don't super over niche your classes, right? Eu só dou aula para quem tem 23 anos. Não, não é assim, okay? But think of young adults if you're going to teach older people, because it's a different reality and it's a very cool reality. Right? Não, só vou dar aula para quem já se aposentou, quem já tem mais de 60 anos e é frustrado porque nunca aprendeu inglês. Vou pensar que esse povo tem aposentadoria, dinheiro sobrando, vai fazer aula de inglês para se divertir. Ok, that is one niche. Which is completely different from the 25-year-old que está com sangue nos olhos e quer ganhar o mundo. It's different. Right? So think of your jovens e adultos, because I can think of my dad. My dad is 71. He wouldn't have the patience to study with jovens. He would love to be with people his age, like older than 50, let's say, right? Just thinking of this reality. So yes and no, it depends. All right. When I'm giving a conversation class and I've exhausted all possible subjects. Pedro, nunca na vida você vai ter exhausted possible subjects. Já para agora. What do we talk about then? Homem de Deus. How can a person in this planet ever exhaust all possible subjects? Como assim? Como assim? It's just in your mind, Pedro. I've talked about movies. There are new movies all the time. There's so much you can talk about movies. You can talk about actors. You can talk about movies in real life. You can talk about special effects. You can talk about movies that are historical. You can talk about animation. You can talk about characters. You can talk about women in movies. You can talk about how crime is shown in movies. My goodness, there is no such thing as exhausting all possible subjects, not just for teaching, but for the internet as well. for posting things. I know many people that say, mas eu já postei de tudo. Sim, me conta um aluno teu, um cidadão teu, um aluno teu que aprendeu porque você falou uma vez. E me manda essa pessoa porque é geneticamente modificado. You know, people need repetition. You don't have to repeat the same thing. It's weird to say repeat the same thing, right? But people need to go back to topics so they really learn. You know that as a teacher, that we need to do things over and over again and use structures in different situations so that we master the structures. So there's no way you will ever exhaust a subject. And okay, I have this niche, it's business people. You can talk about economy, you can talk about COVID, you can talk about the money here and there, and what products can be sold, and how meetings are, and how this company grew and this one disappeared. Oh my God. How do you get different topics to talk about? You feed yourself. You read, you watch the news, you listen to the radio, you talk to other people so that you have different things to talk to your students about. And you ask your students to bring things to your class. So what's going on in your company today? Like all the same. No, it's never the same. A company that is always the same is dead. So what is the problem you're dealing with now? Who's that new person that started working with you now? What is the thing that you did last week that was good? What is the last thing you learned, at their work, and have them explain that to you? You're probably going to know zilch about it, so let them explain that to you so that becomes a class. I remember once I had a student that she was the director of SNOP of a big company in Brazil, right? I had no idea what SNOP was. I had to study that, and I had her explain that to me. So I learned where she could get things about it, and our classes were so rich. I became an expert in that, right? Sales and operations, by the way, right? And we would talk about things regarding the meetings she would have the next day. And then many times you say, eu usei aquele negócio que você falou na aula, na reunião, meu Deus, foi incrível, mandei para todo mundo na equipe. So there is no way you will ever exhaust a subject. Okay, so just change your question. And if you ever think that, okay, I've said anything I could, ask your students to go deeper and think from different perspectives about the same subject. Okay, that is class planning. And that is something you're going to see tomorrow, by the way. Ariel and I are going to talk about creativity. Ariel prepared something so beautiful about it. Learning is not linear. It happens in an elliptical way. That's true. That's true, Celeste. So talking about the same subject is just revisiting what you have learned or talked about. Oh yeah. Guys, we don't learn things because we just saw it once. We have to see in a different way. Why do we assume that our students that like, oh, we've already talked about common habits of the past? Do they absolutely know how to use used to? Probably not. So you have to go back, like Celeste said here, and revisit. Okay? Let me see. Oh my God, so many questions. Let me see the older ones. Nanda, BTI tem uma seção que ajuda com planejamento de aula e cursos. Nanda, cursos, yes. I think it's the last. Are you with BTE, Fernanda? I'm sorry if I don't remember you from the group, okay? But I think you're not. The last season, we call it seasons, right? Not modules. The last season is about building your online courses. Planejamento de aula, yes and no. The 5th season is about delivering amazing classes. That involves things that you should add to your classes to make your classes be amazing. And that is something I'm going to talk about tomorrow, right? But Nanda, BTE is not a teacher training course. BTE assumes that as a mentor, I assume that you already know how to be a teacher. We're going to make you better, right? But you already know how to teach. Now we're going to develop your business. Of course, like you learn a little bit more about this and English here and there and planning and ta-da-da, but it's not like this is how you start a class, these are the methodologies that exist, this is how you teach pronunciation. No, BT is not about that. It's about developing your business. Okay? To develop course planning an online course, creating an online course is the last part of the mentoring program, the last module, the last season. So that after you went through all the thing and you have your students, you have your schedule full, you have your price right, you have your groups formed. Now it's time to escalate, to escalar, to escalate, like to really go online. Then I help you create your courses, right? From zero, like, okay, this is how you organize it. And when you join BTE, you get a whole digital marketing course for R$1. My partner, Paulo, he does this part for us here. So he offers his entire course of digital marketing. Okay, Camila, now I have the course. Como é que eu vendo essa porra? So you watch the class, you watch the entire course, another for R$1, guys. Once you join BTE, remember, you get all the other products for discounts. For R$1, you can learn how to go online and develop the digital marketing world. Okay? Like doing the step up, it's a great one. Fabricio, the step up is the first step, first steps. BT is the next steps. All right? Very cool. What I do in a conversation class is being polemic. Yes, I agree or disagree. So I provoke them to think. That's it, Celeste. That's amazing. Like, guys, really? Why do you think so? Pronto, acabou a aula. Right? Okay, Nanda, not BT yet. Yet, I love this word, Fernanda. Yet, soon you will be. That's amazing. Que horas amanhã será a masterclass? Angélica, 9 p.m., 21 horas, okay? 9 p.m. here on YouTube, not on Instagram, on YouTube. So set an alarm, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, turn on the reminders, okay? The class is already there. You can turn on the reminders, so you're going to receive an email or something when we start, okay? Do we need students' permit to record a class? Milena, you have to tell them you are recording, and you're not going to publish these classes. So you're going to send it to the students of that class. That's it. So it's not like, I'm going to use it to advertise, like in a stadium. No, not even on social media. The deal you have is, guys, I record every class. They're all here, and you can decide where you're going to share them with students so they can watch again. Or you can send it to new students. So you're going to share it within the group only. And you tell them they're going to be recorded. That's it. You don't need a contract, autorização de uso de imagem, nada disso. Because they're not going to use it commercially. You're not going to use it like to advertise. All right? Should be no problem. Let me see, more questions. Is BT appropriate for someone who wants to be a teacher? I never taught before, not once. I'm terrified. Yes and no. Let me tell you something. First, I think you should be in a master class tomorrow, okay? Matostes. Take part in our master class tomorrow. That is about planning a class, how to organize a class, and what should be included in your classes. Let's start by doing that. However, with BTE, we do have people that have never taught before and are starting. We even have teachers that had just started and they are now full of students. So it depends on how decided, how obsessed you are with making this your reality. If you are, no, Camila, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do all it takes to become a teacher. But if you have no idea how to teach, and if you're not willing to learn that, then no. But if you're like, okay, now you're going to tell me what I need to do, and you do it, then yes. Then it's a yes and no answer, all right? Let me see, guys. Whoosh, we don't have a lot of time. I just got a retirement and start a business as giving English classes is my goal right now. BT could help me with that? Yes, Paulo. BT is exactly what you need. Like we mentioned here, send us a message. We reopened registrations for this last group, right? We reopened for some spots only, not forever, right? And we're closing today, by the way. So Paulo, if you're still here, send us a message. If you have our support number, right, send them a WhatsApp message or send me a direct message and I can send it to you right after I finish this live. So you can join the course. BTE is for you to build your business from scratch. You have nothing. In 6 months, you're going to get a business. You're going to get students. You're going to have a schedule full of students. I don't know how full it is going to be because you're going to make that decision. All right. And you're going to start making money as an English teacher online. This is what BT is for. All right. And I think it's a wonderful plan for your retirement because now you have the time. That is the most important thing. Right? Okay, guys, we have so many more questions and it's already 5 to noon. Let me see. One more. Oh. Thinking about how I can change my financial reality for next year. The answer is right here in front of you. If you want to be an English teacher who is successful online, you have to join BTE. That is the quickest way to your success. Thank you so much. How do I get the number? Paulo, you can send a direct message to me here. And if I have somebody from my team here watching, I had Gabi before. I don't know if Gabi is still there. You can send a message to our support. Just send me a message after I'm going to finish this live right now. Okay, so I can you can get in touch with our support team and they can tell you if we still have spots. Okay? Teachers lindos do meu coração. Tomorrow, masterclass on YouTube. All right? 9 p.m. about planning your classes, about creating your own material, about learning how to be a pro teacher, professional, relevant, outstanding, how to be a teacher that doesn't depend on books, that just gives classes, teaches classes like everybody else and doesn't add results to your students, doesn't make your students fall in love with you because of your classes. Tomorrow, free masterclass on YouTube here. Okay? All you have to do is go to the link in our bio, register, right? Subscribe to our channel on YouTube so you can be here on time, okay? Paper, pencil, you're going to take many notes. It's going to be a long class, open at least 2 hours from 9 to 11 at least, right? It's not going to be a 30-minute thing, all right? You are going to learn the 4 essential things you need to plan a class. So you have to be there, all right? Will it provide any material for us in your course? For BT, we have a lot of material. For upgrade, you have a lot of material. For show up, you have a lot of material. Tomorrow, during the master class, you're going to write down a lot of things. You're going to write so much. You're going to take notes and you're going to apply the very next day. That's the most important thing. You learn and you apply. Okay? Teachers, thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Great, Angelica, I'll see you there. Ana Paula. Hi, Ana. I'll see you there too. And guys, keep sending questions here so that tomorrow we can help you too. Okay? Beijos, guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Take care. Bye-bye, YouTubers. Finishing here. Finishing here. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. The masterclass is here. Okay?